It's time to answer your Twitter questions here on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange with Jim Cramer. Jim, everybody's talking about this Verizon AOL deal.
Yes.
Michael wants to know, sell AOL soon or ride it out with Verizon?
No, I think that they're, well, first I have to tell you, there's not a lot of downside to owning AOL now with this $50 bid. Maybe someone comes in, I don't think so. My only problem is I'm not an arbitrager, so I think you should bring the register. I think Tim Armstrong has created a remarkable company. That Friday quarter showed you it was too powerful to stay independent. It's just such a great morsel. Verizon will do great things with it. Tim Armstrong will do great things with it. It's a terrific combo.
Fantastic. Jeremy asks, what's your take on further Target upside from here?
I still think the Target is reinventing because that's Brian Cornell. Remember, now you're starting to deal with a Target that's no longer distracted by that gigantic Canadian footprint that was just so awry. I like what Target's doing in natural and organic. I think they're going to unveil some, these days they've got a lot of fashion. Brian Cornell is fashion forward and food forward. It's working.
True. Let's talk Apple. What do you think the stock has in store for the month of May?
Okay, nothing. I think people have to understand that Apple stock has had a very big move, and it's going to just frustrate people until all the short timers, all the ones who are traders, they lose, they're gone, and then it'll be ready to advance.
Let's move over to luxury home builders. Logan wants to know if Toll Brothers' 2.5-year performance is disappointing to you, considering how low rates are and their buyer profile.
That's a good question, because Toll Brothers has some unbelievable properties that it's built that are worth substantially more than they thought, even when they started them, particularly in Brooklyn, where I've looked at the properties, a gigantic project there. Lennar has been the way to play it. I think I'm going to stick with Lennar.
All right, last question here pertains to Coca-Cola. Does it still have the fizzle to return profits with international tailwinds?
Okay, great question. They're hedged in the euro. They are hedged in the yen. They're not hedged in the emerging markets. I think Muhtar Kent is trying to turn the company around with some very shrewd stakes in Monster Beverage, which did not have that good a quarter, but I think that's a disruption of their distribution system because they're switching to Coke. And Keurig Green Mountain, another bad quarter because Keurig 2.0 is very bad. But the cold, K-O-L-D, is about to come out. Muhtar likes that. I think Coca-Cola is the way to play Monster and Green Mountain.
Great stuff. Thank you so much, Jim. And make sure to keep the questions coming. Always make sure to tweet them using #CramerQ. That's Jim Cramer, and I'm Brittany Umar for The Street.